Grandma, why do you smell different? Mom says it's just how older people are. That one innocent question changed everything for 70-year-old Elaine. She had always considered herself clean and well-groomed. But after that moment, something inside her broke. Her granddaughter had stopped hugging her as often. When Elaine leaned in, the child turned her head. That night, Elaine sat alone in her room, wondering, what did I do wrong? And for the first time in years, she cried herself to sleep. This situation is more common than most people think. Many older adults begin to notice subtle changes in how others interact with them. A seat left empty beside them on the bus, a quick window open when they visit, a grandchild pulling away from a hug, and they begin to wonder, is it me? The truth is, yes, sometimes it is. But here's what no one tells you: it's not about poor hygiene. And it's not your fault. As we age, our bodies go through changes that can lead to a specific type of odor. And sadly, most people around us won't say anything directly. Out of politeness or fear of hurting feelings, they stay silent. So many seniors go through their later years without realizing why they're being held at a distance. That's why we're having this conversation. Because it's not just about a smell, it's about dignity, closeness, and connection. No one deserves to feel avoided. And fortunately, there's something you can do about it. Take the story of Walter, a retired teacher who bathed every morning, wore fresh clothes, and took pride in his appearance. Yet one day, he overheard his teenage grandson whisper to a friend, "Grandpa's house has that old people smell." That single comment was enough to make Walter retreat. He stopped inviting guests over. He even stayed in his bedroom more often when family visited. And all the while, he had no idea what he was doing wrong. What if someone had told Walter that there was a reason, and more importantly, a simple solution? That's exactly what we're here to explore today. You don't need expensive sprays, luxury soaps, or harsh chemicals. In fact, the answer is often hidden in small, overlooked habits that, once changed, can make all the difference. So if any of this sounds familiar, if you've ever wondered whether others notice something you don't, this video is for you. Stay with us, because we're going to break it down step by step. And before we begin, please take a moment to hit the like button if this topic resonates with you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell, so you'll be the first to know when we release more helpful tips on aging with grace, health, and confidence. Let's dive in. Just a few days ago, I sat down with Earl Simmons, an 86-year-old retired teacher with gentle eyes and a voice full of pride and pain. He told me, "I wear top-of-the-line cologne every day, but my son still won't spend time in my room. He always keeps the window wide open." That moment stuck with me. It wasn't just about scent, it was about connection, dignity, and being seen. Sadly, many older adults fall into the same trap. They sense an odor and instinctively reach for stronger perfume, deodorant, or scented powder, thinking it will solve the problem. But layering scent on top of a deeper issue is like spraying air freshener in a room that hasn't been cleaned. It masks but doesn't solve. In fact, it often makes things worse. That mixed smell becomes more overwhelming and only pushes loved ones further away. So let's pause and ask the question, where is that specific old age odor really coming from? It's not just aging or hygiene, it's biology. And understanding that gives you the power to change it. The first reason lies in how our bodies sweat after 60. When we're younger, we sweat about a quart a day, helping flush toxins out. But as we age, sweat production can drop by half or more. And although this sounds like a benefit, it's not. Sweat is your body's natural cleaning system. Less sweat means toxins and waste products stay on the skin longer. These feed odor-producing bacteria, especially in warm, folded areas. I once met Clara Jennings, 73, who said, "I don't sweat much anymore, but I still smell." I thought less sweat was supposed to be a good thing. That confusion is common. In truth, less sweat equals more buildup. The second change occurs in the skin's oils, known as sebum. As we age, the composition of sebum shifts. A specific compound called 2-nonenal increases. This is the main culprit behind the aged scent. It's not found in younger people, but rises significantly after the age of 50. 2-nonenal has a distinct, slightly greasy smell that clings to clothing and skin. Even with regular showers, that's why so many seniors feel frustrated they're clean but still experience this odor. The third and lesser-known reason lies in the mouth. As we get older, saliva production drops significantly. Saliva is essential for washing away food particles and neutralizing bacteria. When it decreases, bacteria multiply quickly, leading to dry mouth, bad breath, and another layer of odor that can affect close conversations or moments with family. These three biological shifts reduce sweat, changes in skin oil, and less saliva work together silently. They're not your fault, but they are manageable once you understand them. Now, here's the good news. You don't need fancy products to solve this. Expensive body sprays and creams won't do the trick if you don't address the actual source. The real fix begins with small, consistent actions and knowing which areas of the body need extra care. If this explanation makes sense or you've experienced something similar, drop the number 1 in the comments below so I know you're following along. And if you want more practical tips like this, don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to learn simple yet powerful changes that can transform how you feel and how others relate to you. Up next, I'll share the 3 key body zones that nearly every senior misses and why washing them properly can reduce 90% of that persistent scent. Let's dive in together. If you choose to ignore what's coming next, chances are you'll continue spending money and effort on things that simply don't work. But what you're about to discover is a method that has shown noticeable improvement in just 1 week. So let's start with the fundamentals of how to remove that distinct scent that often appears with age, using simple and effective steps. If you stick with these until the end, your family's reactions could shift dramatically in just a month. Many people quietly wonder, is there any real way to reduce that smell older adults sometimes carry? It's a question that gets asked more than you'd think. And the answer is yes when it's done the right way. Unfortunately, most people have never been taught how. Let's take the case of Gerald Turner, age 75. When he first sought help, he spoke softly, almost ashamed. "My grandkids avoid coming into my room. My son always cracks a window open." But 6 months later, his entire demeanor had changed. With a smile on his face, he said, "Now my grandson sits on my lap like the old days. It feels like a miracle." And the truth is, it's not about buying expensive sprays or relying on prescriptions. The real solution often starts with what you do at home. This approach has been refined over decades. In fact, over 90% of older adults who follow these steps consistently report real changes not only in how they feel, but in how others respond to them. Let's walk through it step by step. Step 1: hydration, warm water as a daily habit. It may sound too simple, but water plays a bigger role than most people think. Think of it as the body's internal broom. Warm water, especially first thing in the morning, helps sweep away waste through urine. This waste, if left unchecked, can build up and seep through the skin, contributing to unwanted smells. Marjorie Lane, 72, admitted, "Drinking warm water in the morning felt odd at first, but after a few weeks, I started to look forward to it. My skin looks better, and my granddaughter told me I smell fresher." The goal is 6 glasses per day. A good rhythm is 1 glass upon waking, 1 before lunch, another after lunch, 1 mid-afternoon, 1 before dinner. and one before bed. Set times help make it a habit. And just a note, coffee and tea don't count. They can dehydrate you. So if you drink them, add another glass of water to balance it out. Step 2, light movement in the sunlight. Not everyone is up for a gym session or vigorous exercise, and that's perfectly okay. Just a gentle walk in the sunlight for about 20 minutes can make a real difference. Sunlight has natural, antibacterial effects on the skin, and a mild walk helps encourage just enough sweat to release internal toxins. Early morning or late afternoon is best, before 10 or after 4 when the sun is soft and the heat isn't overwhelming. Richard Ellis, who had joint pain, said, "I couldn't walk far at first, but I started with just 10 minutes a day. Now I manage 20. It's slow, sure, but I feel cleaner inside." Step 3, showering the right way. Every day, a daily warm shower helps eliminate bacteria and residue that naturally build up on aging skin. During colder months, this can feel uncomfortable, but warm water, not hot, is essential. Hot water can strip away the skin's protective layer, making things worse. Aim for water between 100 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Once a week, a 20-minute soak in a warm bath can help open pores and release deeper dirt and buildup. Many older adults report their skin feels smoother, and their natural scent becomes less noticeable. But here's the key 3 areas that must be washed properly. While general hygiene is important, there are 3 commonly neglected spots on the body that are responsible for the majority of unwanted odor. First, skin folds and creases, places like the neck, armpits, under the breasts, belly button, groin, behind the knees, and inside the elbows are often missed. These areas trap sweat and oil and can quickly become breeding grounds for odor-causing bacteria. Unfortunately, many older adults simply rinse over these areas instead of giving them the attention they need. A soft cloth or a gentle sponge works best. Scrub firmly but not harshly to avoid irritating the skin. Grace Walters, 66, said, "I thought I was doing everything right, but I wasn't really washing under my arms and chest properly. Once I focused on those spots, the difference was incredible. Even my grandson noticed and gave me a big hug." Second, hairy areas. Hair holds onto moisture and natural oils, particularly on the scalp, chest, and underarms. If not cleaned thoroughly, these areas can develop a musty odor. During a shower, it's important to lather up your scalp, massage it gently, and rinse well. For men with chest or belly hair, make sure to clean these areas too. Use a gentle soap or body wash. Rinse fully and dry completely. Leon Carter, 62, explained, "I always thought my scalp was clean, but once I started massaging while shampooing, the smell reduced a lot. Even my little niece noticed and gave me a head pat." Third, feet and hands. The feet, especially the spaces between toes, are loaded with sweat glands. Shoes trap moisture, which encourages bacterial growth. Washing the feet thoroughly between each toe is vital. Afterward, dry the feet completely before putting on socks. Choose breathable cotton socks and change them daily. Shoes should be rotated to allow them to air out fully between wears. If reaching your feet is difficult, use a long-handled brush or sponge to help. And don't forget the hands and palms, they also sweat and should be washed carefully. John Blake, 68, shared, "I never paid attention to my feet, but once I started cleaning and drying them daily, the change in how I felt and how others acted around me was amazing." Bonus tips: always use mild, fragrance-free soap. Strong scents can clash with natural body oils and worsen the issue. After bathing, apply a gentle moisturizer to prevent dry skin, which can flake and trap odors. Weekly soaks in warm water with Epsom salt can also help soothe skin and reduce buildup. If you start following these simple yet effective routines, you may begin to notice changes not just in your scent, but in your relationships. your confidence, and your daily comfort. Now, let's go deeper into how diet and daily choices affect the way your body smells with age. This part surprises many people because even when someone showers often, the smell can still linger, especially if their diet is fueling it. If you're still here, thank you for watching closely. We hope these insights are already giving you something useful. If so, comment number 2 below so we know you're with us. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss more health tips designed for older adults. So, let's begin. A woman named Joanne, age 63, once asked, "I've eaten garlic for years. Is that why I smell strange now?" It's a great question. While garlic and spices may give a short-term scent, they actually help long-term. Garlic contains allicin, which fights off bacteria that cause unpleasant odors. So, instead of avoiding garlic, try to include small amounts in your meals. 1 or 2 cloves a day can make a difference over time. Now let's talk about antioxidants. These are natural compounds that help slow the aging process and reduce body odor. How? Because aging involves oxidation, where our cells break down and create byproducts that can lead to odor. Antioxidants help fight that. You don't need fancy pills, just simple foods: tomatoes, apples, strawberries, brown rice, buckwheat. Foods that are red, purple, or whole grain are often packed with antioxidants. Thomas, age 78, said, "I started eating an apple and a tomato each day, like my daughter suggested. After 2 months, my granddaughter stopped plugging her nose near me." Second, eat fruits and vegetables that are naturally high in water. Think cucumbers, watermelon, pears, and tomatoes. These foods help your body flush out waste through urine, and they keep your system clean from the inside. One older woman, Barbara, age 69, said, "I started eating a few slices of cucumber and tomato every morning. 3 months later, my family told me I didn't have that musty smell anymore." If chewing raw vegetables is difficult, try blending them into a smoothie. It's easy on the teeth and works just as well. Third, mouth hygiene. Brushing twice a day is good, but not enough. Especially after 60, you need to scrape your tongue. That's where a lot of odor-causing bacteria hide. A toothbrush usually misses it. You can get a plastic tongue scraper at most stores. Louise, age 75, said, "At first, tongue scraping made me gag, but now I do it every morning. My breath smells fresh, and I feel more confident. Also, chewing sugar-free gum for 10 minutes after meals can help stimulate saliva and reduce dry mouth, which also cuts odor. Xylitol gum even helps protect your teeth." Fourth, cut back on coffee and alcohol. Both dry out your body. Alcohol, especially, turns into a compound that exits through your sweat, creating a strong smell. An older man named Russell, age 70, said, "I used to drink whiskey every night. After I stopped, my wife said the stale smell finally went away." If you love coffee, try cutting down to 1 or 2 cups and drink more water alongside. Try barley tea, it's soothing and hydrating. Lastly, increase your fiber intake. Why? Because when you're constipated, toxins get reabsorbed into your bloodstream and exit through your skin. That's one hidden source of odor many don't realize. Brown rice, oats, vegetables all help you stay regular. Glada, 76, shared, "I've struggled with constipation for decades, but after I started eating brown rice and soup for breakfast, I felt lighter and oddly, I didn't smell as much." These changes are simple, affordable, and proven to make a difference. You don't need expensive sprays or fancy colognes. Just improve what goes into your body and how you care for your mouth. And your natural scent will follow. In just 4 weeks, you might feel more confident and your loved ones will notice too. Clothing and household fabrics play a major role in body odor, especially as we age. Many older adults are diligent about bathing, yet still notice an unpleasant scent lingering. Why? Because even the cleanest body can pick up odors from unwashed clothes, sheets, or shoes. It all starts here, what you wear and where you sleep. First, focus on your clothes and underwear. Even after a shower, putting on shirts or undergarments worn for 2 or 3 days can reintroduce smells caused by sweat and skin oils. These materials absorb body secretions and, over time, become a breeding ground for bacteria, especially during warmer months. The solution is simple: change clothes and underwear daily. Choose breathable, cotton-based fabrics that allow air to circulate and wick moisture away from your skin. Synthetic materials tend to trap sweat, which intensifies odor. Whenever possible, let your clothes dry in the sunlight, nature's best bacteria killer. If the weather is damp, make sure garments dry completely before wearing them again. Second, take a close look at your bedding. You spend nearly a third of your life in bed, and during that time, your skin sheds cells, oils, and moisture. All of this collects on your sheets and pillowcases. If you only wash bedding once a month, that buildup contributes to a stale smell in your room and on your skin. Try washing sheets weekly and change pillowcases even more often, especially if you sweat during the night. Sunday drying is ideal, but if that's not an option, be sure everything is thoroughly dry before use. And don't forget to replace pillows and blankets every year or two, as they can trap long-term odors and dust mites. Next, your footwear matters more than you think. Feet contain thousands of sweat glands, and if socks or shoes aren't cleaned or rotated, the odor quickly becomes noticeable. Change your socks every day, preferably to cotton ones. Alternate between 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, giving them time to air out. You can even sprinkle a bit of baking soda inside shoes overnight to absorb moisture and neutralize odor. Finally, air out your living space regularly. Keeping windows shut all day traps smells from cooking, perspiration, and closed-in air. Just 10 minutes of fresh air in the morning and again in the evening can make a world of difference. If you're sensitive to the cold, start small. Just crack open a window briefly. Over time, your rooms will feel fresher, and so will you. Let's wrap this up with a clear and simple truth. The smell we associate with aging doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's the result of multiple changes in the body: reduced sweating, oxidized skin oils, dry mouths, poor deets, skip showers, and clothes or bedding that don't get washed often enough. But the solution doesn't require expensive products or complicated routines. It's all about small, consistent care. Start by drinking 6 or more cups of warm water each day. Take a light walk in the sun for about 20 minutes. And clean 3 important areas when you bathe: skin folds, areas with hair, and sweaty zones like feet and hands. Eat more foods rich in antioxidants, like fruits and garlic. Keep your mouth fresh with daily brushing and tongue scraping. Wash your clothes and undergarments frequently. Change your sheets every week. And let your home breathe by opening windows for fresh air. These steps are simple, but they go a long way in improving how you feel and how others feel around you. Remember, this isn't just about eliminating a scent. It's about caring for your health, your confidence, and your relationships. A fresh, clean body creates a space where hugs happen more often, where family feels closer, and where you feel more at ease in your own skin. Elaine, age 67, shared how following these habits helped her reconnect with her grandchildren. After 6 months, they were back in her lap, watching television and laughing again. That's not magic, it's daily care done with love. If this video has been helpful, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from these tips. And before you go, tell us in the comments, what's one habit from today's video that you'll start using right away? Your story might just inspire someone else. We'll keep bringing you simple ways to stay healthy, happy, and full of life. Until next time, take care and keep going strong.